Hey, this is Coach, and I thought I would actually make a video for your big assignment that's due next week. Before I continue, I want you to know that I posted a open discussion on the discussion board. So if you have a question, you can put it on here. Everyone can see it. But most of the time, if you have a question, there's two or three people that have the same question. I can answer it on the discussion board and everybody can get the same answer. Also, if you post a question on here, your classmates have an opportunity to show goodwill, which is a great way for us to build trust with each other. Especially since we're gonna be peer reviewing each other, you probably want to have some sort of like nice establishment with each other. Um, okay, that being said, I wanted to talk to you about the next assignment that is worth a little bit of your grade, like 15%. Okay, you should be working through your checklist. You should be doing your introductions. I've seen like 5 of you have done them so far. Some of you have already taken your quiz of the syllabus. Yay! Okay. Um, you should be starting to look at a time management plan. This should take you like half an hour to knock out, and you should be looking at this now. Okay. This is the theme for this summer. Okay. We're in an age where everybody is screaming, we're at the end of times, right? The end is near. And Denton is a very unique town in that it has some things that are really great, and then it has some things that the environment says is not great. Like our air quality is rated as an F, okay, which you can't get much lower than that, okay. Our water situation is really interesting as well because they have a different drainage system than the other cities, so they have to have a different purification system. Um, and other things like their time bank is really amazing. They also have the largest farmers market and co-op market. They're really aware of food insecurity, which is why once a month they go to Jones Hall and give out free vegetables and free fruit. You just have to have a bag and have the will to get over there and get it. Okay, so in some ways Denton's really amazing, in some ways Denton is not. So my question is, do you know your town? And then number two, is this stuff really like, is it really hurting us? Are we really going to end? Is Denton really going to die? So as we move through this semester, the goal is to help you become aware of different ways companies try to manipulate the public. Dude, I need to go back and redo this. That's us. Okay. Throughout the semester, I want you to look at some problems in Denton and decide a few things. Okay. First, you're going to have to decide, how do you find a problem? All right. So in Denton, it's going to be really easy. They've got stuff all over the place, flyers everywhere. Even when you go to the grocery store, if you look on the billboards, there's usually like a town hall meeting. Hey, everybody needs to come to this because we need to discuss this. Okay. Also, our librarians are really amazing and they have instant chat. You don't even have to go in person. You could get them to help you. All right. How do you know it's a problem? Okay. Research, research, research. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, research is actually going to take up more time than writing. So as you're doing your plan, you want to be aware of that. Okay. And then save yourself now. Don't believe everything you read or hear, okay? Because everybody has an agenda. My agenda here is to make you aware of other people's agenda. All right. So your big question is, when you're looking at this problem that you've decided to understand and explore, how does it affect you? How does it affect me? Okay, is this really a problem? Does it really matter? Okay, if this continues, is Denton really going to die? Am I really going to get cancer? Okay, and then I would ask you just do a little bit of thinking because you may know some stuff and you may think you know what you want to study. Um, and then as you get in here, you might end up going, oh, this is too hard and I want to change. I'm going to let you change once, but know that this is probably what you're going to be doing for the next 10 weeks. So make sure that it's something that you really want to know about. Okay. And then, as I'm telling you right now, be prepared to argue for and against both stances on whatever your problem is because you're going to research both sides. All right. here are some possible problems in Denton. These are the big ones that shouldn't be too hard for you to find. Okay, one is fracking. Okay, what is it? Will it really destroy Denton? How does it affect me? Okay, what does that have to do with me? Okay, what's up with the water? Again, I've already told you about the situation there. And then clean energy. Denton is the second town in Texas that has promised to become 100% clean energy. And so that in itself is a controversy. So if you're interested, you can look that one up. Okay. And what else? I know there are several problems that I'm not covering. So if there's one in Denton and you're like, this is actually really a big deal and this is like really important and it's really dangerous for people like not to know this, okay, go ahead and put in your topic proposal so I can like say, sure, I want to know more about this too. All right. And then I have actually made you a doc, and I'm going to post this after this video for this assignment. Okay. It's not due until next Sunday, but your topic proposal is actually due this Friday. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to give you comments back. So you have to redo your topic proposal or flush it out for me by Sunday. Okay. Next week you'll be doing this work. Okay. If you look, we already went over the infographic, okay? If you look on page 500 to 504 in Everyone's an Author book, you can get the guidelines for how to write an annotated bibliography. You are doing an evaluative bibliography, so you don't have to look at the descriptive part. I think that's 502, but it won't hurt you, all right? MLA guidelines are in chapter 27, which starts on page 535 of your Everyone's an Author book. It has how to do a works cited page. It has how to cite an article, how to cite a journal, how to cite an interview, okay? So let me go ahead and explain an annotated bibliography. If you had me in 1013, you know that I think of it more as a running journal or a running diary that discusses your research. It's not necessarily the sources that you use, it's the sources that you've looked at. Okay, so if you read an article and it's total junk and you're like, not only would I not use it, I would suggest that nobody ever use this article for anything because it's so poorly written and it has no proof and it's just one big rant. You should at least get the time counted for the research that you did and the evaluation that you did. So put it in your annotated bibliography. Okay, this is something that we're going to do all semester. So this week or next week, it's only going to be 8 entries. And as we continue and you add to the research, you should also add to the annotated bibliography. Okay. I used to have a coding system. As I start getting deeper and deeper into my research, if it was a maybe, I would color the entry one way. If it was a, dude, you really need to use this, I would color it a different way. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible and a total waste of my time. I had it colored a different way. That way, when the pages got to be around 9-10 pages long, I could skip the ones that I knew were color-coded as bad sources and move on to the others. Okay, I don't know if you want to do something like that. I'm just saying that you can do something like this because while you're turning this into an assignment for me, and while it does have to have a specific format and it has to have specific things in it, right here, okay, you can code it in a way that's easy for you to read it as your research starts to get lengthier. All right, here's the assignment for the annotated bibliography. You have to find 8 sources, both scholarly and opinionated, that identify the situation and argue for and against your topic. Okay, I'm gonna fix that right now. Okay, you should have 2 sources that explain the controversy. Okay, what is fracking? Okay, you have to have, and then why do they say it's a problem? Okay, you have to have 3 sources that argue that this topic is a problem and it needs to be addressed. And then you have to have 3 sources that argue that this topic is not a problem. Okay, this is people being, I don't know, silly or attention hogs or whatever. Okay, you need to have at least one scholarly article that discusses this. Okay, and then one scholarly article that discusses this, and one scholarly article that discusses this. The rest of them can be op-eds. Okay, and I'm going to go through possible topics here. Here's one article that I found. Okay, fracking has been around since 1949. Why the recent controversy? Okay, so this is going to talk about fracking. There's the water pollution situation in Denton. It actually ties into fracking because this is methane in the water, and this is something that they actually did on the news. So, when I Googled water problems in Denton, this is what I got. Students in the dark about Denton water problems. Residents in Ponder complain about water causing all kinds of crap, okay? What's in the water? Is the drinking water safe? And then the utilities, here's actually some claims that they put out, okay? These would be considered scholarly articles because they're probably going to have a lot of information like stats and support and all kinds of stuff that you could use. Okay, the big thing is you need to be aware of the years. Okay, food insecurity. I talked about this earlier. I'm pretty sure I also see I have food insecurity in Denton, Texas, and North Texas Food Bank is the biggest contributor to helping with this problem. So they'll have stats. I don't know if I would consider this a scholarly article. You're going to have to go in there and read some because if it's an infographic, it's not going to be considered scholarly. Okay, you're going to have to find where they got the information to make the infographic. That will probably be a scholarly article. Okay, what else? You've got chemicals for control. This is actually the city of Denton's. It's 24 pages. You have to look at it, but it is their mosquito surveillance and response because, we have the Zika virus. We have all other kinds of things coming out. So they're blaming the mosquito because, hey, it transmits all kinds of junk. And now one of the controversy is the chemicals that they're using. One of the controversies is like the flu, the mosquitoes are also becoming resistant. So this might be something you could start with and move around. Zebra mussels, I don't know if you're aware of this, but these little guys, and look, I Googled zebra mussels in Texas. They, look at that, that's just nasty. Okay. So once they get into the water, you can't use it for drinking water anymore. Okay, so this might be something for you to mess with. The scholarly articles will probably come into Texas Wildlife and Parks. They're going to have some major amounts of information. See, like Texas Parks and Wildlife, texas.gov. Okay, because they're going to explain what it is and they're going to, like, this is why we can't just go in there and pour poison in the lakes. Oh, yeah, because it's our drinking water. Okay, here's some clean energy and fossil fuel. Okay, look, renewable energy debate. So that's what I looked at. Okay, that might help you get you started. All right, recycling. Do we really need to recycle or is that hurting our environment? Okay, why is it this important and how does this affect me? Okay, what if I don't put my glass bottles of Dr. Pepper in the recycling bin? Is that going to end the world? Okay, and the air quality I've already discussed. All right, I have 50 seconds to get this. Okay, I am putting this on there. You can put your topic up anytime. I'm going to look at them Saturday morning and literally give you feedback. And Sunday you can give me back. I'll hope that you can give me back a more fleshed out topic proposal, and then we'll work on this next week. If you got any questions for me, email me or put them on the discussion board, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye.